Hello language learners, it's Maddie here again with English with Maddie, and today I wanted to film my first video about reading practice. So every so often, about every week, I try to write a new article in English, and each article I write different levels. And today I'm going to share my first article with you. It is about food waste in restaurants, and I am going to read aloud the most advanced level article, though you can also find an intermediate article and a beginner level article in the description box on my website. So you can read it online, print it off, whatever you like. So let's get started reading from Zero Waste Restaurants, a Trend or Here to Stay. Taking out the trash has long been a dreaded task in any professional kitchen, pushed to those at the bottom of the kitchen hierarchy. Likely, every intern and dishwasher across the globe has had a moment where the overstuffed bag rips open as they cross the kitchen on their way to the dumpster tucked just outside the back door. Remnants of food scraps and packaging tumble onto the floor as a mysterious liquid spills quickly underneath the rubber floor mat and gets into every nearby crevice. But what if the situation never happened again because there was no trash bag to bring out in the first place? In the last decade, zero-waste restaurants have been springing up across the globe. The baffling idea that any kitchen could truly go without waste seemed at first to be a gimmick used to draw in business, seems to actually be functioning as slowly one restaurant after another announced 1 year, 2, without the need for a single trash bin. Though the most functionally zero-waste restaurants are spread throughout the globe, they all seem to have the same fundamental concepts in place: reduce, reuse, recycle. Silo in London has been a leader and an example to many restaurateurs hoping to create a zero-waste spot themselves since its grand opening in 2014. With a foundation belief in respecting both the industry and the environment, Silo aims to reduce their environmental footprint while maintaining the industry standard for fine dining. By offering a prix-fixe menu, they reduce potential waste from less popular dishes and can more thoughtfully plan out how to use every part of every ingredient that comes into the kitchen. There is even an on-site flour mill where they process their own flour for bread and pasta, as well as an on-site brewery. As many things as they are capable of making and producing on-site with whole ingredients, they do. Meanwhile, there are other restaurants that don't have the space or resources to produce quite as much in their own kitchen. Often this means deliveries need to be made to bring in the products that can't be made in-house. Unfortunately, deliveries are often the downfall to being truly zero waste, as so many products are crated about wrapped in multiple layers of plastic and cardboard. One restaurant that has successfully found a way around this issue is Rodora, a zero-waste wine bar in Brooklyn. Through the implementation of closed-loop deliveries, the team at Rodora works one-on-one with local bakeries and stores to have everything from bread to cheese to vegetables delivered to the restaurant in reusable crates and containers, sometimes even by bike. Additionally, by focusing on shelf-stable ingredients such as pickled veggies and hard cheeses, Rodora reduces the need for constant deliveries, as well as the potential for menu items spoiling before they can be sold. What happens when there is food waste, though? Restaurants like Nolla, meaning zero in Finnish, and Helsinki and Freya in Berlin have turned to compost machines that reside inside their restaurants. Both restaurants give composted material back to the farmers that supply them with fresh produce, or even give the material to customers who want a scoop for their home garden. Silo, which also has a compost machine on site, has such little need for their own machine that they offer composting services to both local businesses and residents in the area. Of course, there are many larger corporations attempting to reduce the amount of waste as well, as can be seen with Starbucks and McDonald's and Straw-Free Mondays. Every cafe, whether it be a chain, company, or individually owned in South Korea, stresses using reusable dishes to anyone who stays on the premises and only offering disposable cups and packaging to those taking their products to go. Other companies, like IKEA, have started implementing ways to track food waste by closely monitoring what is ordered and by using scales under trash bins. While there has certainly been more awareness, it is still far away from zero-waste restaurants. Will trash become a thing of the past? It is hard to know. However, even simply looking at the past 6 years alone, since Salo first opened its doors in London, there certainly seems to be, at the very least, an awareness and a trend toward the acceptance of zero-waste restaurants. Whether or not they will be a role model for the future of restaurant industry as a whole remains to be seen. But the popularity of each of these restaurants in their own communities around the world is definitely a positive start. So this was the advanced article of zero-waste restaurants. As you can see, it is about 2 pages long. Not that difficult if you are a more advanced language learner. There is an intermediate and beginner article that are shorter and have easier vocabulary words. When you finish each of the levels, including this advanced level, I have a study guide for you. So as you can see, there is a list of comprehension questions that you can answer. Questions such as, what are the common themes between and the foundations of zero-waste restaurants? Or, is the increase of zero-waste restaurants a trend that reflects a temporary popularity, or is it an indication of larger systemic change? Why? So you have some questions here that you can answer, and then I have a nice long list of new vocabulary words that you can practice, use, memorize, help you study. And then I've also provided some of my answers to the questions I asked. If you are curious, obviously you can leave me a question or comment down below. So this is the first reading on my website about zero-waste restaurants. This, again, is the advanced version of the text. If you want to read along with me, you can go check it out. It is in the description box on my website, English with Maddie. Thank you so much for listening and studying with me. Happy studying, and see you next time.